So here we are, from start to finish, step by step. I will teach you the entire process. So I'll go back out that folder. First, I have installed, I'm on Windows 11 and I've installed WSL. For me, once I've done that, I can now go Ubuntu, run Ubuntu, and this gives me the WSL system. Now I'm in Ubuntu. This has got, like, step 1, go over here, find Linux, Ubuntu, home. Well, I'm Kai, so Kai's folder, and I'll make a new, when I start doing projects, I'll make a new folder called projects with nothing in it, and you go in, and now you make your folder for your project. I've already done a tanks and stuff one. This is in honor of the original tanks and stuff. That's absolutely brilliant, and we're going to make a remake of that, either flat or later a 3D version of it. I think this will be absolutely awesome. I think people will love it. So tanks and stuff, and in here I have got images. I will create tanks and stuff.cpp. This is my main file. Here we go. Look, we've just done the first step to creating a game. That's step 1. Create your project folder and go into it. Create your game folder and go into it. Step 3. Create your main file. You do it, just make a text document, rename it to CPP. Go into here. All the main function in C++, you always have int main, and there is your main function. You have now started. Now if I go printf and save that, it might need an include, so we'll see what happens. Now I'll show you how to compile it. I'll see what's in my current folder. Projects. So cd projects, in that, we're in there. CD tanks and stuff. Oh, you can push up if you need to go back. Delete tanks and stuff. Done it. Right, so I'm in the tanks and stuff folder. I can actually, let's go back up to some at the top. CD projects backslash, I think it's the backslash. Gotta spell everything right. Tanks and stuff. I think that will work. Yes, let's jump straight from the root straight to tanks and stuff. Now what I do is I always keep a copy of this. Control C to copy in Linux terminal. And now within my game, at the top, I will always put these instructions to compile it. Number 1. Number 2 is G++. This might work on Ubuntu, or I think I need to change it a bit for the Ubuntu one, but let's do this one. Tanks and sub CP -O for optimize. This is how you use C++ on it's a Windows 11 machine with a Linux terminal. So you do this on Linux, or if you compile it, if you're Linux terminal and you compile it on Windows, it's actually making a Windows exe, which is kind of handy. I don't know what the file is called. It's because the file has got to be called tanks and stuff, and it isn't. Right, okay. I'll call it tanks and stuff. I'll also rename this to tanks and stuff. F2 actually does a rename in Linux as well. Tanks and stuff. Tanks and stuff. So I've got up a level. I'll go back to my tanks and stuff folder because I've just changed it. It's now tanks with an X and stuff in honour of the original. Go onto the folder. Go back up until I get my compile string. Make sure this actually says tanks and stuff. Enter. Not declared in this scope. Needs cstd.io. C standard IO. It needs to make this run. Now there's the error. Okay, include, and I think it's the triangle brackets, and it might be a H or it might not. No, it's not a H. Okay. Right. Try that, save that, go back to the compiler, compile again, compiled. Now it would be / done that and it worked. Do that, control C to copy it. And I will keep it here. This is the old copy apparently. Copy that here. No, okay. That's the command compile string. I'm saving all of this here, so we've got instructions to run it again later. Tanks and stuff, tanks and stuff. This will have to be changed. Make sure that all of the spelling is exactly right. Now if we close the command panel, open Ubuntu again. Now from here we got two options. One, copy this line. This is Windows 11. Control V, enter. Worked. This is the first slow way. There is a second quicker way. That's making a script, a bash script. Copy, go into here. Wait. Control V to insert it. Run my compile script. My line, done it. It's compiled. Next, run the program. Copy, Control V, run. It worked. Okay, there is another way of doing this. Copy this. I might have to go and have a look how I do it. you go to your root folder, root of your home, right click, new, create a file. Right, got me new file. Rename the file to thanks and stuff dot sh for shell script. Open in Notepad. Just go always. Now this is now a bash script. I'll put my lines in here. And I think the first line has to be #bang / user / bash. I think that is what it is. I will just check. I'll just go hello world in bash. I cannot see anything. Aha, here it is. #bang bin bash. There we go. Go copy that. Don't need that anymore. Now my script. I'm writing a script. That's always, you must always have this at the top. It makes it bash. Now it will run all of these commands in order. Save it. Close it. Now open Ubuntu again. If I go / thanks and stuff. Ah, wait, I've got to do something here. I forgot. Thanks and stuff.sh. Well, it won't work. What you could do, you've made your shell script. Change mod +X. Sorry, camera's not zooming very well. Change mod +X, and you tell it the file name thanks and stuff.sh. Right, done. Now you change the mod. Change mod to executable. Run it. Cannot execute. Supplied file not found. Okay. ls. We have got it there. Have I spelled it right? Cannot execute, required file not found. It's not because I haven't closed the text file. This should, on Linux, actually just run that file. Not quite sure, maybe it's sudo. Maybe you've got to do it sudo. Oh, password was right. Still can't execute for some reason. Don't know why. Okay. Well, that was it. Anyway, if you can't run it like that, it should work. Bash script. Just pull the file stuff in the bash script and run it, and it should work. Tanks and stuff, shells, bash script, hash bash slash bin slash bash. That's your bash script telling it it's bash. CD copy and paste then. Done the first command. Copy and paste. Compile it. Done it. We've already done this before, just showing you the procedure. Copy. Oh, it hasn't copied. Okay, paste. Now it's pasted. Yes, it works. Right, so now we got the next step. We've got a running program. We can get rid of that for a minute. Go back into our game folder. We don't need that. We're just on the CP file. No, we don't need that one. We need this one. You do that, do that, do that. The next thing is we want to write the main program. Main program is start up. This can fail, so we'll have a ball. I'm literally going to write an entire game start to end, showing you every part and step by step. I'll create the start part 1. Start 1 must return the true. I'll do a void, which means not returning anything, for middle. A void means you're not returning anything. Do the cleanup routine, no inputs. And I would usually do comment dot just to say something needs to be written here. This is needed more work. And now in here, we will go start up. That needs a bit more because it can fail. Middle, clean up. So, and at the end you must have a return. If there's a return value, you must have return. Return 04, it's all fine. If, I think this is the easiest way to do it. If not start up, then we do this. If not start up in brackets, always got to have a second bracket. Then we do the cleanup and we return 1 for error. If brackets is goes like that. Now when it runs, it will run start up, then it will run middle, and then it will run end. I'll just save this. I do this for every project. You put the start stuff here, the middle stuff here, processing and rendering here, and then the cleanup here. That's the next step. I can't save that file, I don't think. Go back to Ubuntu. I know it's all repetitive, but we very soon have some amazing stuff going on here. Go up till you find change folder. Right, done. Go up till you find compile. Done. Go up until you find execute. Done. it now has no output. Now the next thing is get an STL window running. Now I've got a bit of magic going on with this one, which I will show you. So instead of writing the code in here, I will include my library. Go to Linux, Ubuntu, go into home. From home. I don't know if you have to go to car. I think that's already done there. Might be in projects. It's projects/library. And I think it's like this. So we will find out. Projects/library/ and I'll have library.h is the main folder. I'm bringing in a library, so all my graphics stuff is all in this library. Save. So we've got a shell. It runs the start, runs the first main routine, does a start, middle, and end, and we're bringing in the library. Let's see these work. Let's see if the library part works. I think you might have to do linking. Ubuntu again. Go here. Compile. Projects library.h. No such file or directory. Now, projects. Okay, let's fix this. Easiest way to fix this is just go. You can search the internet. Very quick way to fix it is ChatGPT already knows everything, so just ask them. Fix this for Linux, please. Shift paste it in. The correct one here is ... /, that's why. /, save it, try again, back to compile again. There is a folder and file called library. Projects, library.h, which is here. Maybe you have to link it. Maybe that works. No, that didn't work. Project/library. Okay, got to find out why this is not working. Easiest way is just tell it don't use this line if it doesn't work, and then recompile it. I think it might be just a dot. I will save that, try that. It's not just a one dot. Right, okay, let's now try. See, I'm debugging as we go because I don't even know how this works. File save and showing you how to do it as well. Try it with just a slash. Just a slash didn't work. We'll try it with no slash. Save the file, recompile it. Still, for some reason, does not like this at all. Gotta go back to ChatGPT. ChatGPT remembers everything you wrote before, so I've just typed project is in the home folder. It still doesn't work. Let's see what it says. Project / library / library.h. Maybe I have to do all of this stuff. /home. Okay, let's go do that then. /home /chi /home /chi /projects. Right, save that. Let's see if that one works. Now this is basically how program works. Trial and error till it works. A compile cannot output a file. No, aha, you're not getting the same error now. Fixed it. Try it with no linking. It worked. Tanks and stuff. It run. Basically, it linked this. Now links in my library, which is up here, library here, which brings in the graphics. Now I'll just show you it. Library H here, it's got links library.ccp, but library CCP hasn't got anything in it, and it might not either. It's blank, but it has to exist, unless you want to just delete it. Honestly, we don't need it, so I could just go like that and delete the library.h. Has just got a H, it doesn't need a library. I'm bringing in the library. The library brings in these two, header, which got nothing in at the moment, but this is where I will have more graphics routines. This will be like graphic startup. I'll probably have two variables bringing width and height of the canvas. Avoid graphics cleanup. I will probably have void clear screen. All of these routines will start with graphics underlined like this. Now all the things I want the graphics to do: draw pixel, draw line, draw rectangle, draw rectangle, draw a filled rectangle. I might want it to do a circle as well. And I might want to go fill circle. So it's whatever I want it to do. And I will need it to do draw texture. At the moment it will just be draw texture, and it will be rotate texture. You will later have draw from sprite sheet. under sprite sheet draw. I will need here, before I load the texture, I will also need load texture. Now the idea is I write all the routines in here once, and then I can reuse this graphics module again. Alright, yep, I need load sprite sheet, load tile sheet, I should probably keep all this consistent. Now wait a minute, I will just literally just have them as like these, draw line. I'll just literally have the command as graphics start, graphics cleanup, and then draw whatever you want to draw. Yeah, you just send me to set up the entire graphics library, basically ready. All routines, get the skeleton in place first, and then the rest of it just falls into place. Alright, now I've done all of these routines. Now I have to put a copy of these are the headers. I have to put a copy of these go into the main one, the header and the CPP for the module library, and go into the CPP one and paste all of these in here. But in here they all have to have a body like that. So let's just do that now, otherwise compiler won't be very happy. Oh, we're getting there. Right, save that file, close it, save that file, close it. Right, now we have made some modifications. You go in the library links to graphics H. Graphics H has some routines, and it links to graphics CPP, the bodies, in here like that. Then we go into the body. The body has all of these routines, but they're not written yet. Now, yep, this is all graphics routines that we have just set up. Okay, next, go back to here, try to compile it. Oh, it worked. Run it, it worked. Now, in the game, go in the game, in the startup section, tell it graphics startup, and in the cleanup section, tell it graphics cleanup. You always have to have two curly brackets.